Users can now log in or register within our app, and once they do, we can see their user data in the console, we can see the loading state, but now we want to take them somewhere once they're authenticated, in particular to the app component, which is where our chat will live. To implement this, we'll go to index.js and we'll bring in Firebase. We're going to be using a listener from Firebase, which will be able to detect whether a user has recently logged in or registered within our app, and we'll change the root component to a stateful component. So we'll change const to class, so class root will extend react.component. We'll have a render function, and we'll bring in everything that we previously returned, all of the routes. We'll bring that within our render function and just pop the return keyword in front of that. And as I mentioned, we're going to execute a listener. We'll do that when this root component mounts. We'll use the component did mount lifecycle method for this. So when our root component mounts, we're going to run firebase.auth.onAuthStateChanged. This is a listener which is going to detect whether we have a user in our app, and we'll set up a conditional. Say if we have a user, if Firebase has detected a user, we're going to want to redirect them to our home route. We'll do that with React Router DOM using the history object, this.props.history.push to the root route. If we save that, you can see in our console we're getting this error, cannot read property push of undefined. So we're trying to make use of the history object to redirect outside of our routes. We'll first need the higher order component with router from React Router DOM to put the history object within our root component. So we'll create a new variable called root with auth, and we'll wrap root with the with router higher order component. We'll also grab the router tags and we'll wrap this new component that we just created within render with router. So we can only redirect when we're within a router, and we'll change the root that we're rendering to now root with auth to include the with router HOC. So now we can redirect once we have a user. Now if we go back to our page, we can see we're currently on the app component. If we go back to login, we can try to visit login, but we'll immediately be taken back to app since we're now logged in. And if we go to register, that listener will do the same. It will just redirect us.